impression of Patricia Routledge, but she does a good takeoff of what, as the show suggested.
I thought the girl playing Rose was very good as well. She got the mannerisms down for that character. The sort of
I can see this being made into a series.
Yes, I can.
It's very gentle and very.
And is this Russell Howard's sister again, isn't it?
Terry Howard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's also in one of the comedy pilots. She's in. I think the worst of the comedy pilots, which we won't talk about because it's not on this week, is We the Jury. Which is just...
I want that to be good, but I don't think it will be.
It's not.
No.
Okay, so should we just talk quickly about the comedy pilots that have been on, the first three, which are Cooper's versus the World,
The Rest,
RX-Wife, and Home from Home. So I'll just quick set up. Cooper's versus the Rest is about a family where it's mum, dad, and 3 adopted children. Home from Home is Johnny Vegas, Joanna Page. Somehow those two got married.
Yeah.
They're characters anyway, not those two actors.
Yeah.
And they move from their suburban life to the countryside, the Lake District, where they find out they're neighbours with Amelia Fox and the sleazy next door neighbour from Dr. Foster. And
it would be pleasant to find out you live next door to Amelia Fox, though, wouldn't it? I'd like that.
And
I'd be a little bit worried, though, with all the working silent witness.
In a celebration of British sitcom, RX-Wife is written by an American writer and has an American actress in it.
Yes.
This is Robert Webb.
Celebrate the best.
Robert Webb and Luther's wife's lesbian lover, Victoria Hamilton.
Oh, right.
Playing a
ex-wife.
couple who...
Luther's ex-wife's lesbian lover, please.
They play a divorced couple who hate each other and keep imagining each other being killed. And Melanie Linsky plays Robert Webb's current fiancée who wants to bond with his ex-wife. I liked Gary, I'm guessing you haven't seen any of them.
No, I'm going to try and catch up. I know they're all on the iPlayer in a certain section.
It's odd because 4 of the Motherland, which is on next week, they're all dealing with people with kids as well. All the characters, they're all sort of nuclear families. And I remember us having a conversation earlier in the year about why can the BBC not find a good family-centric sitcom, and I think the Coopers could be that sitcom because if they just called it the Coopers, not the Coopers.
But I have to be honest, I don't remember too. I mean, I remember that there was one on. I can't remember if it was probably BBC Three, starring Sean Walsh as like a monk, and I actually thought that was okay.
That was BBC One.
Was it BBC One? Yeah, and they did a pilot, and it was all right, and then it
I believe
died
it's called Monks.
That's it. It died a death. But actually, I thought for a sitcom, it was quite a good idea.
Out of those 3, that season, the only one they decided to take to full series was Miller's Mountain.
Well, exactly. Which and that won so many awards. And the BBC just keeps churning out Mrs. Brown's Boys and Citizen Khan.
That's why they're doing this, Gary.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But they don't then go through with it. Actually, then do anything.
I think at least 1, if not 2 of these, they're looking at bringing back into a full series. I think the Coopers could work as a series. This is Patson Joseph and Tanya Franks playing
who I didn't believe as a couple.
I did. And I thought the child
I haven't yet.
I thought the child actors in this were all very good.
They were good.
It's very hard to get good child actors. Like Outnumbered managed it, but not a lot. Like the other child actors across Home from Home and RX-Wife have both got children in them.
But I think that's the impression. The BBC seem to be trying to find the formula that they've had before. Yeah. And it appears that Outnumbered, it's like, we've got to find the new family sitcom.
The uniqueness of this is that all 3 kids are adopted. The only thing I didn't like was I think kids that are adopted do not talk about being adopted as much as the kids.
Continually. It was like they were obsessed with it.
But then you have to allow that sort of, those sort of contrivances a little bit in this opening episode.
I think it's getting it across to the audience rather than...
And the guy who wrote it actually was adopted himself, so that adds a little bit to it. Home from Home, I just thought, no. What it felt like me was that they were trying to remake almost like The Good Life with this sort of down-to-earth couple living next to this well-to-do couple.
And also, you've got to... It falls flat when you say Johnny Vegas at some point met Joanna Page, wooed her, had 2 teenage kids with her, and...
Well, kids that became teenagers, not just they went straight to teenagers.
And he plays like someone who works in the Smiths, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Fine organisation.
Yeah, but you just don't believe them as a couple. And
there's a stupid gag when he's on a bus at the beginning as well, which really rankled me. I didn't think.
Yeah, and then there's the stuff with like him throwing up in the hot tub.
This is where the lack of BBC Three on the telly hurts, because that is where there was an opportunity for
none
sitcoms.
Of these are BBC Three
sitcoms,
though.
No, exactly. No. But I mean, like Uncle, which
BBC
I really
Three are
loved.
still doing sitcoms though. Everyone loves Fleabag.
Well, apparently I've not seen that one.
Everybody does love Fleabag. Even
apart
US
from me and Luke
love Fleabag. Apart from me and you, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll avoid that.
Home from Home, the only actual good thing about it is Amelia Fox, who just seems to be going for it and sort of channeling Penelope Keith in The Good Life.
I did like her, but I liked her in The Wrong Mans as well for
the
same reason.
Yeah.
That's true. She was very good in that. So
her comedy in this, she's basically playing like the neighbour who didn't want to leave Ibiza, but her husband wanted to sort of. And this got
so out of the three that have been on,
and let me just quickly let me quickly say RXY. I just found this very hateful. Like they tried to put the black comedy. Bitter. I didn't like either of them. I wanted Melanie Linsky just to leave Robert Webb and run off with the two children.
If I was to pick one of these three, which one would it be for me to watch, Matt? The Coopers. Okay, I'll give that a go.
Pick of the goddamn week. This is when we tell you what you should be facing your eyes toward for the week ahead, and there can only be one thing for me.
I know what Luke's going for. Yeah,
Gary will seethe under his breath like he did when
Gary,
when
you
we
should
talked
watch
about
this.
Well, do you know what? And I know that
Luke, tell us what it is, Luke, and tell us your anecdote.
Okay, so it's Cold Feet. It returns after a 13-year break. What picked me off about this is I had to sign a load of emails to say I wouldn't give anything away, and then I saw the full trailer on OTV during the X Factor, and it gives everything away I'm not supposed to tell people. But
I was going to say that kind of brings you the plot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the 13th year. It's been away 13 years. It's the 6th series. It's a reunion of all the main cast, bar Helen Baxendale, who was killed off. It is everything that Cold Feet fans will want. I absolutely loved it. And Gary was very rude about it on my Desert Island Dramas. I forgot how rude he was. I asked the writer to listen. He enjoyed the podcast. As long as it says you need to get rid of Gary and replace him.
Did he say that?
Mike Bullen says you should leave the podcast.
Well,
but the problem is if I watch it and don't like it, it's going to get me into more trouble.
It's fair enough.
No, just give it a go. Give it with your 2016 eyes, because you're thinking about like '98 Gary, who was all like mad for it and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Down, and
now
fellow nature might,
I don't mind if you watch it and don't like it. It's when you don't like it, you haven't watched it that it annoys me.
I will do you a deal. I will watch it, but later on, somewhere down the line, I will invoke my rematch. I obviously watched the X Factor. The little clip they did of the girl singing actually made me laugh.
It's not in the first episode.
It's not in the first one, but yeah.
No, but I see why they put the clip on, because obviously it's an X Factor pastiche. I've got two that I think are quite good.
Unbelievable.
Two, but they're only very short ones. One is Go 8-Bit, which is on Dave, which is a return to celebrities playing video games. And it's old video games, so that could be quite funny. And then also, although I'm not as surprised, I'm not as interested as I was for the previous series, the return of Our Girl. It was a fine first series. It was a bit of a duffer in the second.
Guess
and
what,
obviously,
Gary?
What?
Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
Oh, are you doing it tomorrow? Well,
what am I doing? What am I doing tomorrow?
Going to see Our Girl.
At another
screening.
Yeah. Didn't do the thing.
Matt's gone to another screening.
There we go.
Well, he hasn't quite gone.
Well, no, Matt's going to another screening. I'm interested to see how Michelle Keegan does. She's obviously playing a completely different character. I'd be interested to see what they do differently.
I'll also flag up the Strictly Come Dancing launch show, which is on 10 to 7 on Saturday. Have we got a favourite, quickly? Just one of the stars who's on it?
Well, I actually have met Laura Whitmore, and she's very, very charming.
So you're picking Laura Whitmore. I'm picking Louise, because she was my crush when I was 14.
Oh, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
I mean, me and Luke are about, 2 months age gap between us. So
we remember the naked years.
I remember
all
Louise.
Around the world.
I don't know. I'm going all blank.
Will Young?
Ed Balls.
You just... Okay, hang on.
You just know that Bruce Forsyth is at home writing his Ed Ball gags.
Yeah, Will Young will
Isn't
be
he?
mine then.
Not Kim from EastEnders because of all the South Splash.
I know, I think Will Young. So that is it. If you want to get in touch with us all on Twitter, you can. I'm at Luke Custard TV, Matt's at Matt's TV Bites, Gary's at The Gary Show. On next week's podcast, the remainder of the Comedy Pilots, Gary will have hopefully seen Cold Feet, Matt will have seen Our Girl, and that will have been on the TV, and we will discuss.
Is anyone going to watch Poldark?
Hold on, Matt would have been on the telly. What? Huh?
No, Matt would have seen Our Girl, and that will have been on the telly.
I see. I thought Matt was going to be on something on the telly. That would have been a turn.
No, he's on something all the time. All right then, take care.
Download this podcast from thecustardtv.com.